Can you hear me? There we go. What's going on? So, the NFL draft has wrapped up, and I know one of the things we talked about was the direction of the Dallas Cowboys and getting a clearer picture on if it's going to be a little cloudy or a little sunnier. Doomsday, what's going on? And so I had to look at a couple before I got on here because I didn't want to talk uninformed, of course. So I had to have an idea. So of course, we're gonna talk about it. We're not gonna hype it up. We're gonna go ahead and give honest feedback on these prospects. And we're gonna break it down, you know? And man, I gotta keep it real. In regards to the performance overall, including the day, it's a little rocky. It's a little cloudy out there. Yeah, I don't see no sunny days anytime soon, man. You know, I don't see. Yes. Hey, this performance, the Dallas Cowboys could have did a whole lot better than what they did today. For somebody who's supposed to be hanging their hat on, them being one of the better drafting teams, man. These last couple drafts, man, sure hasn't been producing what it should be producing, man. Right? They had a couple picks that was cool. I mean, more than likely, their lineman picks is going to always, more than likely, majority of the time is going to pan out, right? I believe Booker should be able to pan out. But when we get to, these other picks, man, they get a little shaky. And that's a problem for somebody to be, one of the better drafting teams. And then you sitting over there talking about, see, they banking that a lot. I think a lot of the time they banking that off of offensive line success. You take the offensive line success. I mean, how good is the Dallas Cowboys been drafted the past few years? Because they D linemen show ain't been working out. It's crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. Josh Kelly, kid, keeper. Okay, I might have checked. Yeah, I might check. Yeah, I'll check him out. I'll probably check him out. I'll probably check him out. You know, I mean, because at the end of the day, right? Regardless, even though we could talk about whether they reached or what you, at the end of the day, where somebody gets selected or if they got selected at all and they made the team, it don't matter. Now it's time to play ball. Now it's time to play ball. And I'm gonna judge you off of, did you play ball? A lot of the times we don't even remember where these people was drafted, in the future. We just remember could they play ball or not. And so when I evaluate these prospects, right, just like, in regards to my like Lamazzi Smith, and we're gonna talk about him later on because there's a draft pick, man, that might put him on notice. Can you play ball? So as we begin, we're gonna talk about, can these cats? Oh, I like that. I like physical. I like physical. Yeah, you talking my language. Physical. Let's get physical. Physical. I wanna get physical. You talking my language, man. Yeah, I might probably check him out now. All right, man. So, man, I would have got on a little earlier though, but for some reason, man, my internet provider had an outage. So, man, I was out. I was without the net for a good portion of the day, man. So I couldn't really dive in the way I wanted to dive in. But as soon as it went, I came on, man, I got straight to work, y'all. So, all right, man, let's talk about it, man. So, Jaden Blue, right? They started off the day with Jaden Blue. Needed a running back, and they started off 6 foot, 201 Texas, right? A lot of people talking about, man, this was a good selection. I'm going to hold my thoughts after I tell you my findings on the player. All right. So versus UL Monroe, right? One of the things that I seen that the Texans did wrong was bang him inside. This is not a runner where you need to be giving him the ball that many times up the middle, maybe to go ahead and throw him off and get some balance. But the majority of what he needs to be getting is on the perimeter. You know, to better utilize Jaden Blue is on the perimeter. So that didn't do us justice. And you can tell, even gets a team like UNL Monroe, which Texas blasted, you see like, yo, this is not his strong suit, you know, and expose that. But as I mentioned, he's a perimeter complementary running back that has a burst through the line, right? He is a home run hitter, but he's not, like I said, he's not an every down back. He can't catch the rock out the backfield. He's not very creative. He's more like a watered down TP. You know how TP, he'll get down there and he'll make you miss, but little put his foot down real quick, boom, make you miss, and he'll straight line, he'll get you there, a little speed on him. He reminds me a lot like TP, like they was missing TP, so they went to go ahead and get somebody similar to TP, if I'm being honest, in regards to that, man. Uh, but for sure, Jaden Blue was going to need a good offensive line. Uh, but yeah, man, he's not better than Deuce Vaughn, though. So regardless, man, of what they try to put, if they get Deuce Vaughn an opportunity to compete with all these running backs, Deuce Vaughn should come out and have him a spot. He never better than Deuce Vaughn. Man, I know people be like, man, what do y'all see in this 5'5" running back? I keep telling y'all, man, if this 5'5" running back was a couple inches taller and like 15, 20 pounds heavier, that 5'5" running back would have been a first round running back. This running back is not a scrub. He just need an opportunity, man. He been behind in this offense a couple years. It's time to give this man an opportunity, you know, and seeing what Schottenheimer had did with other running backs, right? Damn, why I can't think of the boy name? God dang. But they had a couple of them, Seattle. I can't think of his name with Schottenheimer, man. But he was but he fit more into the boat of like a Jaden Blue. So I get it, right? And the more and more that I see this draft pan out, the more and more I get flashbacks and what Schottenheimer used to have on his teams. And he's building he's building that same exact team. I know a lot of people like they not get it, but if you guys remember what Schottenheimer had back then, he's building the same thing. Even the type of offensive lineman that they get, like the offensive lineman that was drafted. I know I'm a little off topic. You're supposed to be talking about Jaden Blue, but man, I just got to get this off my chest. Man, the offensive line that the Dallas Cowboys usually draft, this offensive line that they selected this year was nothing like a typical Dallas Cowboys offensive line. We get the biggest, the strongest, in the most athletic offensive linemen like Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and Tyron Smith. This was nothing like it, right? Not saying that Booker is a scrub, but Booker doesn't fit that mold of the typical Dallas Cowboy lineman that we've been having like the past 10 years, man. Booker, he big, strong, no, but he's limited athletically. And we used to the big, strong, and an athlete. That's the real Dallas Cowboys mode of an offensive line, and we ain't been getting that. We ain't been getting that this year, man. And I've been seeing this in the tight, man. And I'm gonna tell you what, the way that the way that we've been piecing these offensive line together, and the way that they drafting, guess what? The mode of being able to make them athletic blocks down the hey, that's over with. Guess what? This is going to be a downhill running game, right? Your offensive line is different. Look at BB, look at Booker, look at Steele. Your offensive line is different now. So you're going to be getting a lot of inside stuff, a lot of big on big stuff, a lot of just downhill stuff. All that perimeter stuff is going to be is going to be to a minimum, y'all. So you're going to see a whole different style of running the rock with this Dallas Cowboys team. Cause that's gonna be similar to what Schottenheimer did. See, Schottenheimer was talking that stuff. See, I see right through that boy, man. He doing the same thing. Like they want to talk. Like I say, people keep talking about Mike McCarthy not going with the times. This man is not going with the times. Because if he was going with the times, you would have understood what type of offensive line that you need with the times, man. But you want to go downhill. And look, I ain't mad at it though, because all these soft ass players in today's time, man, they don't want to have no physicality. So if you got a physical offensive line that can go ahead and lean, I'm with that, you know. So one thing, I'm not saying that this offensive line can't produce, because it can, especially if you go ahead and has a nasty and a tough demeanor and make sure you lean on cats, man. For sure, this offensive line can go ahead and get it done. But I'm just not. Hey, it's been a while since I've been, looking at offensive line into to this nature. I'm just used to the Dallas Cowboys grabbing these big, off athletic offensive line. You know, yeah. I'm not saying, I'm not saying Jaden Blue is a scrub. Cause he definitely like that. I think he can contribute, right? I would probably give him like 10 carries a game, if he does make the team, right? But don't do that at the expense of at least giving Deuce Vaughn a shot. Give him a shot. And if you feel like he doesn't fit the team, because you're going in another direction of how you want to run your stuff, then fine. I get it. And that might end up happening anyway. But give him a shot. The man ain't had a fair shot since he been here. you know. And I didn't seen a couple players that really could have contribute, especially in what we got going on this year, that you wouldn't even have the opportunity to do because they wouldn't give them a fair shot. See, a lot of some of these kids, man, that get cut, and it ain't because they couldn't ball, it's because they in the wrong systems. Get a man a shot. But Jaden Blue, right, for where they got him at though, uh, like I said, about 10 to 12 touches, man. That's what I would give him in the game. Because trust me, I know they'd be like, that's a lot of touches. No, it ain't. Not in this Schottenheimer system. When I tell you that this man is going to run the ball, I'm telling you, this man is going to run the ball. This man, when he said we're gonna run the ball, believe him. Because that's exactly what that boy did with Seattle. Man, I want to say that boy was what? Man, that boy was like, man, that boy was at least 60-40 run. He was at least 60-40 run. That boy is running the rock. Might mess around, you especially you see, there might be games, man, where you might get 70-30 run pass ratio. That's how much this boy gonna run this rock. If he can get away with running the ball the whole game and not throwing the ball, he will do that. So don't get it twisted. Believe him and look at the type of staff that he brought in. Oh, they want to run the ball, and I'm all for it. I love running the football. that makes it very fun. That's going to make film very fun, right? But that's not everything of what this team need, right? But yeah, this offensive line, especially with Bucker in the fold, we should be a physical offensive line. Now, granted, look, Booker is a rookie. So there's going to be bumps and bruises, especially with his athletic limitations. There's going to be little bumps and bruises in regards to, him moving and getting adjusted to the speed of the game. But once you get adjusted, Booker should be fine. He should be fine. Yeah, I said a bunch of good backs for the first. You really didn't get a lot of luck. This isn't the athlete Deuce is. Yeah, he for sure faster. Yeah, he for sure, in regards to that straight line speed, he for sure faster than Deuce. He for sure. Facts. They is not being developed like they. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I wholeheartedly Right, right. The same thing that when I was watching it in Texas, because I didn't get why Jaden Blue was being run in the middle. I'm like, man, they ain't using this man right. From the games that I watched, Jaden Blue, in regards to this film session, I'm trying to figure out why the hell is Jaden Blue. See, I'm not gonna judge Jaden Blue because they was pounding him in the middle. I'm a judge him of what he got in them physical characteristics. And I seen once he was able to get into a little bit of space and him make that put that foot in the ground and make a quick move and get upfield and have that burst through the hole, I seen what I needed to see. You see, they was running him not to his strong suits, just like Mike, like you said, with Mike McCarthy with Deuce Vaughn. They running him not in his strong suits. You need to be using that boy like Darren Sproles, right? Putting the ball, throwing him the ball to the flat, letting him go upfield, getting him screens, getting him on the perimeter. They need to be using him like Darren Sproles. Now, granted, a few carries, can he go ahead and get it up? Yes, get it up the middle. But the majority of what he need to be touching, you need to be trying to get that boy in space, especially since he's so little. And look, at the end of the day, how I see it, I don't know about Miles Sanders because he stayed banged up. But how I see it, on some real, me right now, the best options for this team right now, Javonte Williams, Blue, and Deuce Vaughn. Them the three that you need to roll with. And then you have you a little practice squad back, whoever you may, that's your three. I don't trust Miles Sanders. I don't trust him. Granted, does he does some good stuff? Yeah. But how many games the boy gonna play though is the question, you know? So I wouldn't be so look. Also, don't be surprised if they go long at running back. Because he has shown that he's willing to go long at running back. I want to say I remember a game where that boy had 4 activated. See, and I'm gonna also put things into perspective that I know is probably not being talked about. He went long. I remember it was like it was one of them Thursday games I was watching. He went long at running back. Granted, they was getting banged up that game, but he was using all of his running backs that game, and he used them in the passing game. So I hope that that is a similar plan in what he uses for Blue and Deuce Vaughn, especially with what you got weapon wise. It'll be smart to be able to utilize your running backs in the passing game. And that's one thing I do give Schottenheimer for my memory is that he did use his running backs in the passing game. So getting somebody like Jaden Blue is necessary. Having Deuce Vaughn on the team is necessary, right? Javonte can catch the ball. So you're seeing these run, even though dude that they drafted that we're going to talk about later on, the Clemson running back, can catch a ball at the backfield. Why? Because Mr. Schottenheimer is going to be utilizing these running backs in the passing game. But all right, man. Let's go to the next cat, man. Shamar James, Florida, 6'1", 229. So I had to really pay attention. I had to really pay attention. So look, so Shamar James, right? And I had some comments in regards to him too. So Shamar James, one thing that these linebackers do in total that I don't like, that I've seen him do a couple times, is turn his back to the football. I don't like it. These linebackers need to fix it, and that's what he did. Right. One thing that I did see that was pretty solid that you don't see too many linebackers able to really do. It was against Miami, and he was carrying Xavier Restrepo, I believe I'm saying his name right. He was carrying him, and he carried him down the field. He turned with him. The quarterback threw it. Weak ass Cam Ward, he threw it, and he got the pick. That was a nice play. That was one of the first plays I seen. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm pretty sure that man probably got drafted over that thing alone. So one thing I did see with Shamar is that he gets home on blitzes. He a little inconsistent in the run game for me. Like you see good flashes, and some flashes you be like, okay, man, you can do a little better than that, man. Right? I think he needs to be able to take on blockers better as far as like attacking. Don't let them come to you, man. You go ahead and initiate. and seeing him, right? I had him as a rotational guy, like a 3 or 4. But a special teams linebacker. But if he was put in a role where he had to get productive snaps, rotational snaps, I think he could. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think he better than Leofau. At that Sam linebacker, I think he better than Leofau. I wouldn't be surprised if Leofau is on notice. I think he better than Leofau. You know? So that might be so. Hey, if he given a shot, man, Leofau might be on notice. I'm not saying that Shamar James is some great linebacker, because no, I think at best, what you probably should be able to get is some solid production, right? You should be able to get some solid production when his name is called. I wouldn't play him the whole game. I'll play him on certain snaps, rotate him in there, you know, uh special teams. Right. In regards to edge setting, I think Leofau is better. But as a traditional linebacker, I think Shamar James is better. So you do with that information as you will. Uh he's I in watching him, I think he need to learn how to get through the trash better. But one thing I've seen about him that I did like is that his ability to slip blocks. He would actually slip blocks. I seen him one time, man. He had gave a blocker a swim move and got into play. I seen him dip his shoulder, get up in there and get into play. I'm like, okay, man, you being creative, man. You go just to get to that football. I like that, I like that. But I think he a solid. I think he a solid linebacker, though. Right? Not a scrub, not weak, not good, just cool, good enough, average. You know. So you do with that information as you will. All right, man. What's his name? Ajani Cornelius, Oregon, 6'5", 315. So he has 33.5-inch arms. All right, let's keep it real. He's slow. He's not an athlete. His get off is late. When he kick step, it ain't deep enough. He a backup at best. Uh, he gonna give up the edge. He probably need to kick inside. He misfires with his hands, but I didn't see him make an effort to work his way back inside. So what I mean by that is when he punches and he punches on the outside, I don't see him make that effort to try to work his way back in to get inside position with his hands. A lot of the times I've seen that he was a lazy puller. Why? Because I seen one time where he did do a short pull and it was decent. And then I seen a lot of the other times it was just lackadaisical. Don't like that. His balance is not good. He doesn't have bend. No recovery speed. I didn't like his mirror. His anchor was trash. Uh, his feet at times stops on contact in the run game. He is a big on big / inside zone. So he's one of them Schottenheimer type of offensive lineman that we were talking about earlier, right? This in regards to his technique, everything is sloppy with him. He has a lot to clean up. And a lot of the times, man, even though I only watched 2 games, he was more of a first level blocker because as soon as he got to the second level, he looked lost. So I think what probably would be better for him to be in condensed space, kick him inside the guard, and hey, compete. I guess however that goes for you. But I didn't like him too much. I didn't like him at all. I'll be honest. I ain't gonna say too much. I didn't like him at all. But the next guy. All right, let's talk about this because this is going to be an interesting topic. I believe I'm saying his name. He talked to Tongan, man. Jay Taya. I don't know. But 6'3", 324. So they say that boy looked bigger than 324, though. But he had 32.5-inch arms. So look, here's my notes on him. So when he gets tired, his technique is very sloppy. He a 2-down player. Laterally, he's not going to give much is to be desired. He can get upfield a little bit, right? He is a one tech. I believe he needs to lock out better and control them blockers a little bit better than what he does. I've seen him on double teams get pushed back at times, but I'm going to tell you why in a second. So look, when he gets off the ball and he goes forward when he gets off the ball, but when he doesn't, he goes backwards, right? And I believe in looking at him, that has something to do with his conditioning level and him being tired. So if you're gonna play him, you got to keep him fresh. You got to limit his snaps for effectiveness. So I say at maximum, no more than 25 plays. That's the max that you give him, right? And looking at him, man, because I done played with a lot of little Polynesians, Tongans, Samoans, whatever, right? And one of the things that they gonna give you is a swim move, a rip move, and a spin move. And looking at him, that's exactly what he gave me. Looking at him at UCLA, right? He is strong, right? He is gonna hold them blockers up, right? He needs to work down the line better, but I believe that has something to do with his athletic limitation, not his want to, but his athletic limitation. I think with him, he needs this one gap responsibility, gap and a half, of course, right, the way you play it, but he just need in totality a one gap responsibility. He is going to hold them blockers up for the linebackers, though. That is one thing he's going to do, and he does when he is not tired, he does push the pockets up. His tackle radius is not big. He needs to work on keeping his pad level down. But when he gets off and his pad level is down, it looks solid, right? It looks solid. One thing I don't like about him being a big boy is that he got turned sometimes. Not only did he give up some ground on the double teams, though, but when there's a lot of times that he got turned, and I didn't like that. And also, I think in regards to him, especially him being strong, I think he needs to shed blocks a lot better than what he does. He's just not consistent. I think when he go ahead and puts consistency together, and I think his conditioning level, one will play a factor in, and making sure his pad level and his get off is there. I believe he'll make the team. One thing's for sure, y'all remember the Auburn D tackle we drafted last year? He better than him, and he's better than Mozzie Smith. So, Mozzie Smith, you have became on notice. I'm not saying that this man is the answer, but I'm saying that this man, if he clean up some stuff, which I would think that he can, he should be able to make this team. And especially in regards to our new defensive coordinator and what he probably needs and won't. And I remember what Rob Marinelli have, and I'm pretty sure he is student to him. I believe he's going to make the team. Mozzie going to be on notice. Mozzie, this might be the last that you see of Mozzie, because I don't see Mozzie really doing anything. If he does, it'll be a shock, man. It'll be a shock. But I think Mozzie Smith is on notice. He's put on notice, man. He taking his spot. This might actually be a draft pick that nose guards like this. See, this is good value though, right? If you able to get him to make the team and he fixes what he need to fix, getting 15, 20 snaps from him at where you drafted him at, that's good value, right? When we looking at these other picks, that wasn't good value. So, but where you got him at, and if he could contribute, knowing he another big boy, another one Texas, he ain't no zero. I wouldn't put him at zero, right? Maybe some 2-eye and definitely one tech, but I won't put him at zero. Not yet. He ain't ready for zero yet. He got some work to do to be able to handle to two gap anything, right? Like his boy, I'm pretty sure probably his cousin or something, Vita Vea, right? The way Vita Vea worked, man, he got work to do. Vita Vea gonna lock out. Vita Vea gonna go ahead and handle two gaps. Vita Vea gonna go ahead and play with that power. And I'm pretty sure he watches him, but he got work to do. He ain't gonna have that quickness that Vita Vea gets. So he's athletically limited in regards to that. So he'll never be a Vita Vea. But one thing for sure, if he fixes right his block shedding and fixes the way that he controls the blockers, he should be able to play a zero. He'll be big enough for it. The boy big, that's for sure. So, like I said, he fixed that. This is somebody that should be able to contribute for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, man. Come on to the next one. Phil Maffa. Hold on, did I miss anybody? No, I didn't. Phil Maffa, Clemson, 6'1", 229. All right, let's just be real. North South runner, he ain't got no burst, but he does got a good hand. He's slow to me, right? And remember what I told you, right? Remember how we was talking about how Rico Dowdle had no burst? Yeah, man, there's a lot of meat that will be left on the bone with dealing with a running back that has no burst through that line. And I think that Rico Dowdle was a better player than him anyway. But there is some things to like about Phil Maffa, though, right? He can catch out the backfield, right? I believe he is somebody that can carry the load. He needs to get upfield, one cut and go. But he don't create. And there was one thing, man. I was looking at the last year game versus Notre Dame with Leah Fowl on the squad. Because Leah Fowl had a horrible game that game, but his ball security left a lot to be desired, especially in crunch time. I didn't like how you fumbling, you up 8, and your team just relying on you to go ahead and kill the clock, and you fumbled a rock. You actually dropped the ball twice. I want to say it was back to back drive, or one drive, and then it was, or every other drive you had did it. Didn't like that. You better clean that up. But I believe the reason why he's a 7-round pick, even though he got good size and probably can carry the load, if somebody wanted him to, his burst. His burst. If he had a burst, he definitely probably would have went higher. But he ain't got no burst. So that burst limits you. That burst of how you being like Rico Dowdle, not having that burst. The next cat that I looked at, Tommy Akin Bisote. I think I said his name right, man. Y'all give me a thumbs up if I said his name right. Maryland, 6'4", 306. He has 33 and a half inch arms. So, and looking at him, right, even though if his primary position would be a 3 tech, he don't got a quick step for what I've seen. Right? From what I've seen from the games that I've seen. I didn't see no quick step. I don't know if he was playing, but he did stand straight up. He ain't getting no penetration. He takes on the full man. One thing I did see about him is that he could be a potential utility player because I did see him play all across that line on the perimeter, inside on that defensive line. So maybe he might got some utility player. I mean, if he could be a quality utility player for somebody, I don't think it'd be the Dallas Cowboys, but for somebody that'll go ahead and make your team right there, right? I didn't see no moves in regards to him, but I did see one nice spin move versus Minnesota that he got in. It was very nice. He set that up nice, but he just need a lot of work. But his athleticism, though, he above average in regards to athleticism and his movement, though. That's one thing for sure, right? But he gonna have to put it together. He probably raw. He could be new to. I don't know, but he got a lot of work to do. If he's able to piece it together, he might have a decent little career in the NFL. But I don't think the Dallas Cowboys have patience for that. I think they just developed him to see like maybe we can work with him in training camp. Let's see how well he picks things up. You know, that could be that could be the thought process in regards to that. Because if in regards to asking for him to contribute right away or anything at this point in time, I don't see it. But that's the draft picks, man, that the Dallas Cowboys have selected. Uh, I think that this draft, I think that the Dallas Cowboys left a lot of meat on this bone in regards to who they selected. There were some cats that I thought that in regards to positions of need and being able to play, I thought that could have helped the Dallas Cowboys. I remember one, my boy Peebles, man. I was telling you about that cat, man. Peebles, man. Uh, I see the Baltimore Ravens get him. That's a perfect fit for him. Watch him go ahead and do some good work over there in Baltimore, right? I thought that in regards to the scheme that the Dallas Cowboys had, right? I thought that's even some of these players really like fit that mold and were better players for the job to be able to contribute. And I just don't think that the Dallas Cowboys really address, impact, right? Like we drafting, at best, rotational players in early rounds. Uh, man, back then, man, rotational players was fourth round on down, not uh third round on up. You don't draft rotational players third round on up. You draft rotational players fourth round on down. And the Dallas Cowboys did not do that today or this weekend. This if I had to give you a draft grade for the Dallas Cowboys this weekend, I'm probably gonna give you probably about a C minus at best, C minus at best, right? And what gave it a C minus is probably because a UCLA cat could probably contribute for this team, especially with the need. Jaden Blue should be able to give you some carries, man. Uh, and Tyler Booker, right? And even the Boston College cat, right, is you know, a rotational at best. And look, I only watched one game of the ECU Cats, so I'm not really giving you too much of my thoughts on that because it'd be irresponsible to go ahead and give you my honest thoughts in regards to that. But that game that I did see in regards to him, somebody, Jerry or whoever, claiming that he may have been the number one corner in the draft, it wasn't due for energy. I call that BS, right? Because even looking at some of the things that he did in regards to versus SMU, he just had it was just like, especially him coming out his breaks, it was just choppy. It was very choppy. And then I'm always concerned. I wanted to know more. Maybe since he's the Dallas Cowboys, maybe I might decide to look into it more. I want to know, why is a team like SMU throwing at you deep every single play? That means they think you some barbecue chicken. If you, like, for instance, right? Think about it, right? Say for instance, man, you got say for instance, you got a senior citizen guarding CD Lamb, right? And I'm talking about senior, I'm talking about an old man in a walker. Ain't you gonna go at him deep every single play because you got barbecue chicken on him, right? That's how they was doing Revel. You don't do that to nobody that you respect, right? When I look at Wanye little brother, when I looked at uh even a little bit of the cow corner, right? I don't know where if he even went or if he did go, but I'm looking at the cow corner. I'm looking at another corner or two that are coming to my mind. They weren't getting targeted like that. But for somebody that's supposed to be the number one corner that you claim and they getting targeted like that, that calls for some concern. And you know what we're gonna find out soon as he healthy. I don't know if he healthy now or if it's gonna take a minute, but soon as he get on that field, you're gonna find out. Is he really some barbecue chicken? Now, granted, the boy was 6'1", decent size, right? Decent size, little long corner. You needed that, right? Probably would it be even even though him being choppy, right? His best bet is being a press man corner. He could be a press man corner, man, safety over the top. That don't mean he can't be productive for the Dallas Cowboys. You know, if you know what I mean, if your secondary coach really working and doing his job and really coaching, see one thing that's gonna be key for the development. Cause look, we ain't gonna sit over there and act like the Dallas Cowboys gonna win anything. The Dallas Cowboys ain't winning nothing this year. I just wanted to let you guys know that. But one thing that you can look for is in regards to development of these players. Can these position coaches develop these young players, man? Because these position coaches last year didn't develop any of these players. We ain't gonna act like the offensive line coach uh didn't have a responsibility of helping Tyler Guyton to try to grow, not only as a football player but as a man. Because you got to remember, we still dealing with kids here, right? These is 21 year old kids. So so there's still a maturation process that needs to happen. There's still a body development that needs to happen in regards to these kids, right? And it's up to these coaches to help with the maturation process, right? I know that you have a high standard for them, but you still have to develop. Even at the pros, coaching never stops. You know, I know you may be X's and O's and your patience may be thin, but you still have to develop because because I'm pretty sure that you guys remember even back then there were some coaches that did some babysitting on some good players, and they did that because them players can ball. You know, when you put up with certain stuff, right? Because even with you developing and you getting older, that don't mean that that in their brain they are mature. They still make horrible decisions, right? Even Ray Lewis made a horrible decision, right? So when you look at these players, man, it's bigger, and I need me a coach, man, that can bring the best out of a player. And you're gonna find out if these position coaches gonna do that because it don't matter what Schottenheimer or Eberflus do. If the position coaches ain't doing their job, it's not gonna matter. I think I believe, not think, I know that this year, in regards to all the young players that you got, first, second, and third year players that you got dominating your team, it's important that your position players reach as many as they possibly can. It's important. Very important. Very important. They're going to have to reach them, these kids. If not, when I tell you that it's going to be real ugly, it's going to be real ugly. But then look, check this out. Who your leader though? Who's going to help? You got CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and Michael Parsons as your leaders. Them ain't your ideal leaders. So you ain't got no real vets in there, you know? So that's going to play a huge part. Who's the vet of the team? Dak Prescott? A weak minded individual? What, Tyler Smith? No. Like what? Trayvon Diggs? Wanye Thomas? You ain't got no leaders on that team, my boy. You ain't got no team. Did I grade individually? No. I'll do that for you. All right. I'll do it for you. Give me all right. All right. Let's do it. I'll do that for you. All right. First pick. Am I including where they got drafted, or I'm just grading the player? Am I just grading the player, or I'm grading where they got selected? Because that'll play a huge part. That'll impact my grade. That'll impact. Oh, for sure, Dak ain't no leader. For sure. For sure. We ain't got no leaders on this team. None from a player point of view. None. You know, look at I seen that little clip when we got Tyler Booker. Michael Parsons was pissed, but Michael Parsons don't know football. He was pissed though, and then he had to catch himself that he's on national TV or whatever, and that they watching him, so he switched it up. A through F just by talent and potential. I got you. I Tyler Booker, B plus. B plus at best. He will never be an A. He don't have the athletic potential to be an A, but he could be a productive guard for this team. B plus. Boston College cat. At best, he played a run. B minus, C plus in that area. That tweener. He'll never be, you know, even if he so called, they call him some called technician or whatever. Man, I don't even see him really getting to that quarterback like Bosa and all them. But if he can use his hands to go ahead and be a force in that run game, That's a B minus for me because one thing's for sure. Look, you ain't got to be no great player for me. You do your role. You do your role well, man. You favored in my eyes. Like that's important. Everybody can't be no star. Everybody can't be no star. So if he could do his role, because I did have him in my cause I watched about what 12, 13 edge players. He was in my five. I had him even five over Mike Green. So it wasn't that I didn't think that he wasn't a productive player. It was just that at that, it's just where we got him at. That's my thing. It's where we got him at. You know, is where we got him. You know, that kind of threw me off. If it was maybe like a third round, four, I'm like, oh man, yes. But where we got him just kind of threw me off. But B minus if he becomes a premium run, I think he can at least become a very good uh run player for this team. I don't see him being a premium passer because he doesn't have them physical traits, regardless with his hands or not. But I think he can be a very good rotational, because I believe even in today's time, I think the boy can at least get 5 sacks, right? Especially with this team getting upfield all the time and Micah and on him. I think the boy can get 5 sacks. He can average out to be about 5 sacks. I don't see how because if Carl and them can get a few sacks and Marshawn Neely can get what 3-4 sacks, the boy can get 5 sacks, probably 6 sacks. He can get that. He can get that. If Dorrance Armstrong can get the sacks that he got, the boy can at least get 5, 6 sacks, man. Uh, third round. Hold on, I'm tripping. Who do we get in the third? Oh, Revel. That's iffy because I didn't really watch him like that. So that might be a TBD. I might have to get back to you on that. But if I just had to go off of just the one game that I watched, see, it could change. It could not. Uh, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look for the film. Like I didn't get to hit my partner because I think he got the all 22 for me. So if my boy got the all 22 for me, I'll be able to. I'll watch him this weekend if he got the all 22 for me. But from what I seen, you see, C plus. Uh, no fourth. Jaden Blue for what he can get, for what he can give me, for what he can give me in his role, right? Because he'll never be no every down back. So in his role, C plus, C plus, C plus. Uh, hold up. Let me go back to my notes, man. Let me make sure I got my players right. So we got Jaden Blue. Oh, I'm missing Shamar Turner. No, I'm tripping. No, the Florida linebacker. The Florida linebacker is a C. C. You can give me a C. You can give me a C. And that's off of special teams production because I think he could be a fine special teams player, and I think he can give me some production, and I actually think he could take Leah Fowl's spot. So by potential, I give you C. Johnny Cornelius F. J. Toa. From I think I'm saying his name right. If he can give me my 20 snaps a game, probably what he can give me a C. It's a C at best. He can give me a C at best, and that's good because I think that if he clean up some stuff, because I think that's out of all the picks, y'all, that's the one I'm watching. That UCLA cat. Because if he could be a 2-down rotational player for us, that's a win. And I think he can. I think he can. See, I think he gonna make the team. I'd be surprised if he don't. See, I wouldn't be surprised if Shamar Turner didn't get a Shamar James, didn't get a shot. I would not be surprised, but I think he will get a shot because I think he's a better linebacker than 35. But Cornelius a F, Jay Toa a C at best. Phil Maffa, D, D. I don't even see him making the team, to be honest with you. Tommy a King, D minus. D minus. Yeah. I think if I had to tell you about the picks that I think that I like that the Dallas Cowboys can at least get some. What the Dallas Cowboys get is they got role players. Role players. They didn't get. I don't really see. The Boston College cat could potentially. I don't see him. I don't see him starting over Sam Williams. He ain't better than Sam Williams. Sam Williams is a better rusher. But I think you can get a number two out of Jaden Blue. That'll be a win if you can. A number 2 running back out of him. Shamar James, a number 3/4 linebacker out of that can rotate in and give you some snaps if needed and be a good special teams player for this team, which this team need. And Cornelius, I will cut the hell out of him. Jay, well, yeah, because the reason why I think they got Cornelius because some of them players that we had last year doesn't fit the mold of what Schottenheimer is looking for. Like I don't think Bass fits him. Cold game. Jay Toa, big boy, but C. I think I get 15, 20 snaps. I think he could make the team. Phil Maffa, I don't see him making the team. I think he gets cut. The Tommy Cat from Maryland, I think he gets cut too. Cornelius get cut too. So you got 3 picks that you got cut. That you get that at least getting cut. Getting cut. And then I don't know if the ECU dude is ready to go this year. So that's one dude that you might got to wait on. But the players that can play right away is Booker, Blue. You can say Shamar James, UCLA cat. But I'm gonna tell you, but let me keep it real with you though, real quick though. Let me keep it real with you though. Just because they can play right away, that doesn't mean that doesn't make your team be in good shape. That actually represent the bad shape that your team is in. Because these players are not reality. If your team was built the way that it should have been, and you had good drafts and you had good trade/free agencies, these players shouldn't even be here. So I want to put that in perspective for you. I want to put that in perspective for you. Some of these players that were drafted today, if you had a better team because of how you drafted / made your options or attack free agency / the trades, a lot of these players wouldn't even be here today. So these players coming in right away, right? Because remember who came in right away to have to play. Marshawn Nealon had to come in right away and play. That wasn't the best thing for this team. So I want you to keep that in perspective. Nate News said we need like the Boston College player dude. I think he'll fit. I think he'll fit okay with that, especially what we got, and we need that because you don't have run players. Like Micah, not a run player. Fowler, not a run player. I know they got that other linebacker from the Bears though, but I don't know if he can play or not. I ain't really see him. I ain't watch him, but at defensive end, he could play. You got Osa in the middle. You ain't had no nose next to him, right? You had Mozzie. Now you got the UCLA cat. I think I'm missing one. Who am I missing? I can't remember, man. I gotta go back. My memory ain't hitting me up right now, man. My memory ain't working right now. But then you got the Boston College cat, right? Sam coming off the injury. Sam for sure got to start. It wouldn't have made no sense for him not to start. Even coming off the knee injury, he's still better than the Boston College cat. You know. Oh, he had an ACL. Ooh. What's wrong with that OT? You talking about Cornelius? He sucked. Yeah, you're right. Solomon, they would have to Tyron Crawford him, which also doesn't make sense with the way your team is built. Solomon Thomas, I remember watching Solomon Thomas when he came out. I watched him, but I wasn't on YouTube then. Solomon Thomas is Tyron Crawford if you use him in that way. He's somebody that can play base end at defensive end, and then on third down, you kick him inside. But these teams have been using him either as a primary defensive tackle, and that's exactly why they're not getting the most out of him. These teams are not using him correctly. That man is Tyron Crawford. But yeah, Cornelius sucked to me. He sucked. Blue is like Felix Jones. I can see that. I see a little running. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see where you're getting that similarity from. Uh, like him just going downfield and just putting that foot, not being too shifty like a damn Shady McCoy. You know what I mean? Uh, I think he reminded them cast a lot of like TP. What's good? T Dub. Yeah. You got a lot of rotational guys at best. I don't see like it like the starter, like cemented starter that you have for sure is Tyler Booker. That's it. You got a lot of rotational players. And that's not a good I mean, that's good that you got I guess you got potential contributors, but second, third round, I need somebody that can ball. I don't need rotational players like I mentioned before. I need somebody that can ball, not like that's what I'm saying. Like I know it don't matter now because it's over. Now you just play. But in all reality, in years past, back in the day, let's just say 7, 8 years ago, bro, the Boston College cat dude would have been drafted in the 4th round. I promise you that. I promise you he would have been drafted in the 4th round. I promise you that. There's no debate about it. That's a 4th round pick. So that just goes to show you and to really tell you about like what's really going on and how things is getting really like dumbed down in regards to football today. You know, like when people say like when people said that they had that the Boston College dude at 1st round pick, I said how? There's nothing about him that screams 1st round pick or 2nd round pick. How? It ain't like you can't be productive, right? We done seen undrafted free agents be productive, but in regards to what you produced and what you put on film, how are you? How are you a 1st round pick? Like people, I'm trying to push things together, right? Because like this is the same cast that drafted Shador Sanders in the 5th round. How was Shador Sanders a 5th round pick, but you draft that bum ass quarterback Shaw in the 2nd? So like what? So their value systems is flawed. Just like Brian Branch. Like y'all remember when we talked about Brian Branch, we knew that was a first safety off the board and that was a 1st round pick, but it slipped to the 2nd round. How? You know, just like when I told you right last year that Alabama tackle was a scrub. That Tennessee drafted. They put him at left tackle. They instantly see that wasn't going to work, and they put him at right tackle. And they about to find out that doesn't work. So you mean to tell me that you drafted a non-left tackle in your top 10? That's flawed. Just like what the Saints did with Banks at Texas. Bro, he's not a left tackle, and you drafting somebody in the top 10, you definitely got to make him a left tackle, and he's nowhere near a left tackle. That is a guard. Just like they messed up Lyle Collins, putting him at right tackle. Lyle Collins was a guard, not a tackle. And they messed his career up by keeping him at right tackle when he should have been a guard all the way. All the way. Yeah. Yeah, JB. They missed my boy, man. I'm mad. Peebles, the Ravens got him. It's funny how, in regards to my philosophy, the good teams agree with me. The Chiefs. Look what the Chiefs got. I said, man, looking at this thing, man, probably your only left tackle feat is probably what, Simmons. Y'all remember me saying that? They let him drop all the way to the Chiefs. And who got him? The Chiefs. Man, Peebles is a perfect fit for the Baltimore Ravens. Perfect fit. Savion Williams about to go over there to Green Bay and end up being a number one. Keep telling people, man, it's flawed. It like their greatest is see people think because these cats is scouts that they know what they doing. No, they don't. They suck. They suck. You gonna draft that Michigan D tackle in a top 10. Bro, that Michigan D tackle in any other year is a 5th round pick at best. He suck. Mason Graham, he suck. And then you got Baltimore, the Browns, no, the Bears getting that Michigan tight end. Bro, no. Now watch Gatson or Gatson little boy, Rondell Gatson. He I think I seen he got drafted by the Chargers. Watch him ball. Watch him ball. So you got to get ballers, man. Mukwamo could play. Yeah, he did it before. He did it in the playoffs. When we was playing Tampa and the 49ers, and he did a damn good job. And for some reason, Dan Quinn and them went away from that. That man did a damn good job in the playoffs. And all of a sudden, he get blackballed too. I don't get it. See, them politics, man, and that favoritism BS, man, they got to stop. You know what I'm saying? Because Dan Quinn didn't do a good job. See, Dan Quinn did what Mike Brown did with the Sacramento Kings. They thought that he was some hellified coach because he got them motivated to go ahead and play inspired ball for a year or something like that. But then when it was time to really coach and really put that talent and grow it, he couldn't do it. Just like he was carried by that Legion of Boom. He was carried by the Seattle roster. Man, I could have stood over there and won the championship with that damn Seattle roster. I could have won the championship with them. While we start, oh, Jesus Christ, I do not know. You can see 3-14. Hey, Dallas fan. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd tell you that. This team ain't built for nothing. This team is the last place. The Giants is better than. I just want to let you guys know. I'm letting you guys know that now. The Giants is better than the Cowboys. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You're going to see. The Giants are better than the Cowboys. See, the Giants was always a quarterback and offensive line away. They brought Russell Wilson. I don't know if they addressed the offensive line. They might have, but I don't know. but their defense was solid. They got a running game. They was adding weapons. The Giants is ready. They got the quarterbacks. The Giants is ready to go. You got Andrew Thomas coming back. You got the center, right? You got your little Cooper Beebe in there. They probably just needed to fix up that interior. The Giants is ready to go. The Giants going to beat your ass this year. I'm just going to let y'all know that right now. The Commanders got better. They got a real left tackle now. And you know who scares away from that. So now you got 6 games where that boy got to work. He ain't gonna like that. There ain't no more beating up on Evan Neals no more. Y'all gonna see. Boy, them boys got better, man. That division got better. And the Dallas Cowboys ain't get better. They just maybe filled a couple holes. They ain't get better. They didn't. And then they got to change up their philosophy again. Nah, they didn't get better, bro. They got the least. They got the worst quarterback in the division, hands down. And he's the most paid. Right? See, look, this is my thing, right? If I pay a quarterback $60 million, you better go win me some games, homie. You better go win me some games. I don't give a damn, man. If I gotta throw the ball 50 times with you, boy, you better go win that game for me if I'm paying your dog ass $60 million, man. Come on now. Bro, I'm not paying no quarterback $60 million for him to hand the football off. Man, I'm ready to fight. Like what? We paid this man $60 million for him to hand the football off this year. So you're gonna like you could have just brought Milton in to do that. Milton could have did that. Trey Lance could have did that for cheap. You literally brought a quarterback in to hand the football off, to throw the ball 25, maybe 30 times a game. $60 million? That's hella dumb. Oh my God. You really paid a quarterback $60 million just to hand the football off. Oh my God. This is crazy to me, man. Oh my God, that's too much. They gonna franchise tag that boy. I don't even want him, man. Can man? Can we have a do-over? Man, I woke up. Man, I woke up. I woke up to see Jerry Jones talking about Shador wasn't in their plans. Man, I was like, he ain't in what? I said, bro, you got the man, what? Bro, would have traded up in the 4th round at the end of the 4th round and nabbed him. You telling me that you can't sit over there and go spend a 4th round pick? You could have gave next year a 4th round pick or something up to go get a potential franchise quarterback for 7 to 10 years. That's going to come cheap, my G, and balance out the contract if you got rid of that. Bro, that's so stupid to me, G. The Browns was like, bro, I know we always mess up, bro, but how are we going to go ahead and not get somebody like Shador Sanders in the 5th round? That's crazy to me, bro. Look, out of all the other people that they passed up, that's crazy how you pass him up, bro. That's crazy to me. I would have, man, the little, the 2/5 or whatever, I'm giving that up to get in the 4th and get Shador. What? That's crazy. And they balanced that out. they balanced that Michigan D tackle pick to get somebody like Shador in the fifth round. They balanced that out. That's crazy to me, man. Bro, I don't understand what was his thinking. But because you don't want to hurt Dak's feelings? Are we serious right now? Bro, Dak getting paid $60 million. That boy good. He a big boy. If you worried about a quarterback's feelings and his temperament, and you're paying him $60 million, I don't think that was a good investment there, Jerry. Come on, man. Man, it was a little tough, man, when I was sitting over there, man. And when I did that draft thing yesterday, it was a little tough for me. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, no matter what we do, I know we gonna suck. That's kind of hard to go ahead and, you know, it'll be one thing if we like, all right, man, we know we rebuilding, we trying to get ready. Let's see what we got for the future. At least that would have had us fired up. But it's like these cats think that they really get ready to uh compete and they gonna suck. Uh, so see, Solo, he was dealt a bad hand at Colorado. A bad hand. There's a lot of the times where he couldn't step up, you know? Like his offensive line was horrific. Horrific. He had no weapons. He had no running game. He had nobody to take the pressure off of him. So it's like it's the scout's responsibility to understand the circumstances that that quarterback was dealt with. Like if you put Shador in the same uh in the same offense as Cam Ward, Shador's cooking. If you put Shador in even in the same, even him throwing it in that old Miss offense, he's cooking. If he just even had a better offensive guards, right? Like just think about Shador in the back of this offensive line. He could step up in the pocket because he know that BB, he know that both of the Tylers ain't letting nobody getting pushed in his face. He can just step up. Shador cook. And one thing I seen, and this one thing about Shador, right? That you know, that them scouts miss which I don't even think why they should be scouts. Because when I did see him have time, he threw a pretty football. He threw an accurate football. His accuracy was way better than Cam Ward's. You see what these people is getting infatuated with Cam Ward is that Cam Ward has some physical traits, right? Cam Ward can run the ball, right? He can make plays with his legs and all. They infatuated with all that pretty stuff. But when it come down to it, right, just like Lamar Jackson and them up here in that brain, can you read the defense? Can you make play? Right when the pressure is on, right? Can you make that play? Why you think the Chiefs keep beating Lamar ass? Because Lamar can't take that next step up top as a quarterback. Lamar Jackson is very talented, but he can't take that next step up here. Why you think? See Joe Burrow. See one thing. So Joe Burrow, Patty Mahomes. Joe Burrow is his kryptonite because Joe Burrow is a baller, and that boy threw the hell out that football. And there ain't really nobody like him. Stafford can toss that rock. Joe Burrow can toss that rock. But after that, you start getting everything cooked. See, one thing's for sure, right? And this is one thing that'll also separate Shador, that mentality, right? That confidence, right? See, check this out, right? The Commanders quarterback,
He is not that good technically. He's not that good up top. But one thing that boy does, he a baller. In adversity, he gonna step up to the plate. And even with that mentality in today's game, that allowed for him to take that bum ass team to the NFC Championship. So why couldn't Dak Prescott take this bum ass team to the NFC Championship? Shador is confident. He confident in himself, and that's what I want as a quarterback. I don't want no punk at no quarterback. I don't want no softy, because you see what happens, man. See, they talk about how Dak Prescott has all the talent in the world, right? Aren't all that stuff, right? But you know what? Dak Prescott is a sissy when it come down to big games. And that's why Dak Prescott can never ever get over the hump, because mentally he's weak. See, Shador Sanders, see, you ain't got to be the most technically sound quarterback in today's game. And that's what I was talking about with Trey Lance, right? See, his mobility was able to make up for some of his processing issues, right? And Trey Lance looks to be confident. See, Trey Lance still has confidence with all the adversity that he has been through, which is why I wanted to give him a shot, right? See, I'm looking at the mentality of a quarterback, right? See, they always want to talk about Shador, but look at Baker Mayfield's mentality. Baker Mayfield's mentality is getting the Bucks to at least the playoffs every year. Baker Mayfield is confident. Jalen Hurts is confident. Jaden Daniels is confident. Burrow is confident. Mahomes is confident, right? You catching all the quarterbacks. Josh Allen is confident, and Lamar Jackson, right? He confident. So these are quarterbacks that consistently make the playoffs and consistently at least gets to the second or the AFC Championship games because of their confidence. And that was one thing that I was banking on and looking, right? So through it all, like, and that's why I was like, man, Dion, this is Dion's son. And y'all see how Dion rock. So you telling me that Dion was gonna produce some sons from the womb to now? Some unconfident sons? Hell no. Them boys was raised with supreme confidence, especially Dion understood what they was gonna face. Just look at LeVar Ball, right? LeVar Ball knew them boys was gonna get hated on, right? And the adversity that they was gonna face with his boys being half white and they being light skinned. You think them boys get on that court and ain't confident? Because they was bred to be confident. See, I want a quarterback that was bred to be confident. I don't want that fake ass confidence that Dak Prescott talk about. You could just look at him talk and just know he ain't confident. So no matter what he does, right? No matter what little weak little MVP season that he claimed to have, he will never go the distance because he is not confident. He don't believe in himself. He wasn't bred to be like that. From he was knee high to a grasshopper. Hey, look, I hate to go ahead, you feel me, and use this as an example, but it's a real example, right? Look at his surroundings, right? Like, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but this is a real situation, right? Because this is part of like his upbringing in regards to why he doesn't have that, right? So look at the capacity, right, in regards to, let's say, like mental health, right? Let's just say, like, look at his brother, right? Right? Because then his brother, kind of himself, right? So just think about the mentality of where his brother had to be, and just think about how that was going ahead and bred, regardless of his fault or not in his upbringing, right? Just think about how them boys was bred, and think about how that impacted him from a childhood on up. And so if he didn't have the support, not only from the home or even from an outside coach to put in him, hey, man, you the baddest thing on earth. See, Dion told his sons, hey, you the baddest thing on earth. And they believe that. And you see how they carry themselves and how they play. They believe they're the baddest thing on earth, even if they wasn't the baddest thing on earth. They believe that, though. See, that's what's going to make Shador a winning quarterback. You see, Dak don't really believe that, though. He don't really believe he the baddest thing on earth. And that's why he will never, ever win nothing, because he don't believe. He don't really want to carry that weight See, when the pressure get on, he folds. You see all that? See, you could talk tough, right? Just like Michael Parsons. You could talk that lion stuff all you want to, but it's gonna show in how you carry yourself. You see, when I started hearing him talk, and then what he don't really believe that in himself, though. He don't. See, Michael Parsons was just privileged. He was just always better than everybody else. He never had to put in extra work because he was ultra athletic. But now he's in a place where you amongst other ultra athletic individuals. So what's gonna separate yourself? That work that you put in, and he don't put it in. So that's why he always comes up short in big time games. And that's why you see his confidence is lacking every single year, because he know that, hey, even though I'm athletic, I'm still limited. I might go ahead and make these plays against these scrubs, but when I go against the Niners or any other physical team, they taking it to me. Dak, when I go see, it's one thing to bust up 18 and 19-year-old kids, but when you get to go against grown men who got to feed their family and who really want to go ahead and knock you in the dirt and who really game planning for you, what did you do? It don't matter what you do or what you say. If you don't believe, family, it don't matter. So all you young kids, man, that's watching me right now, bro, if you don't believe, it don't matter. You gotta believe you the best. You gotta believe, and you gotta work too, but you gotta believe though. You gotta believe what nobody else believe. That's true belief. That's true confidence. You gotta know. You gotta know. See, the reason why Shador gets up in there, man, and he was acting like he was damn near a Mike Vick is because that boy was told since he was knee high to a grasshopper that he was the coldest thing on earth. And the way he played at Colorado, he played like he was the coldest thing on earth. You think Travis Hunter even gets to where he's at right now? Knowing how I feel about Travis Hunter, you think he even get anywhere without Deion? No. Deion spent with him that 3-4 years with him, boosting up his confidence to get him to go ahead and get. Because look at Travis Hunter. You think he came in with confidence like that? Hell no. But when that boy got under Deion, Deion know how to go ahead and boost your confidence up, man. See, they don't want to talk about that, man. See, Shador and Shiloh got that from home. They got that every day. You see, Travis Hunter got that on the football field. So just imagine how it impacts Shador and all of them. You know? So yeah, they don't like that. They didn't like a black man calling shots. But he gonna prove him wrong. He gonna prove him wrong. And the cool thing about it is he gonna prove him wrong in Cleveland. Ooh. The boy gonna prove him wrong in Cleveland. The land where dreams is crushed. I bet you Miles, they probably told Miles Garrett that, hey, we gonna get Shador in the later rounds. He gonna be there. I bet you they probably told him that. That's why he signed and he stayed. Because he believed. Because he believed, man. You gotta believe, man. and we got a team full of non-believers. We're led by a non-believer. So no matter what you think, this team may be good or whatever the case may be, even though this team is not good, it's not going to matter. Why do you think that this team had talent? Because he didn't have supreme belief. He ain't it. He not him. So yes, I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to finally draft a quarterback that believed that he was him. Yes, I wanted that because that's something that was going to change your franchise. And most likely Deion would have came later down the line. So just think about Deion not only putting some discipline, but some belief in the team. full of non-believers. Jerry Jones, no matter how much of a businessman that he thought that he was, hey, and when it come down to things like this, he wasn't as good as he thought. See, that's why you need some out of the box thinking, and you need somebody that understands this stuff. And that's why these GMs, they ran from it. They suck because you know why? They don't understand the mentality process of what to look for in a player. You see, they always go about what a player says. See, I'm gonna go about what you do. I know fake confidence when I see one. And these guys think because somebody said that they confident that they really confident. And then when you come across this little black boy man that really had the confidence, I mean that also puts some intimidation factor too, because now he gonna really press you and make you go ahead and hold yourself accountable and really say what you about. And they didn't really want that pressure. Come on, man. Shador was out there was gonna sit over there and make them really feel pressurized in regards to what they do. They don't want that. I come in with my own bag. I still want it. I know I believe it. I want to play here. You see, they used to being able to control people. See, look, Shador was gonna fall in line, but you wasn't just gonna just tell him anything, though, because his daddy was Dion. They didn't like that. Come on, man. You draft Jalen Milroe over Shador. Stop it. Stop it. He suck. I've been telling people that. But he goes over you, Tyler Shaws. Come on, man, bro. I didn't even bother watching him in film. Come on, man. Are we serious? As I told him for the three. So I mean, they can act like we don't know what's up. They can act like what it is. See, these people will never understand what it really takes to really go ahead and be about winning. And Schottenheimer, I don't know if you got it. Right? If Dak like you, that means you're not putting no pressure on Dak. That means you're not challenging Dak. That means you making Dak feel comfortable. And Dak been feeling comfortable for I don't know how long. And that's the goddamn problem. You need to make that boy feel uncomfortable, man. You need to make that boy feel uncomfortable. He too comfortable. He too comfortable producing nothing for this team. I don't give a damn about what you do in the season. When you talk about all the good quarterbacks, right? They ain't talk about Dan Marino. They always talk about how Dan Marino didn't win what he want, but win the big one. They talk about Tom Brady on how many big ones he won. They when they talk about Roma, they talk about the big ones that he didn't win. Don't nobody give a damn about what you did in the season. So when they talk about you, Dak Prescott, what they gonna talk about? You always choked. You always choked. You ain't win the big one. Because in regards to quarterbacking, what's the only stat that matters when it come down to quarterbacking? Winning. Winning is the only stat that matters when it comes down to quarterbacking. I don't give a damn how it looks, right? Like I said, man, I use this game as an example. Y'all remember that Monday night game versus Buffalo? Tony Romo threw 5 picks, but then went on to hit at the end of the game to still win. We don't care about the 5 picks that he threw. We care about that you won the game. Dak, you could be 0 for 30 with 10 picks. But if you make that one pass to win the game, we don't remember you going 0 for 30. We remember that you won the damn game. And Dak Prescott, you don't win enough when it matters. And who you beat, they don't matter. They talk about, oh, he beat Brady, bro. Brady was done. Brady and that Tampa team was done for. It was done for. That Seattle team, we knew that they was gonna come in and win that game. But that San Francisco game, did anybody believe? Nah. Nah. With the Steelers. Shout out to Rico Dowdle, huh? You know, the cold thing, right? You got to remember this how bad it is, though, with what you got. Look at the teams that Dak struggled with last year. The, the Browns. We thought that might have been a good win. Come to find out that it wasn't. The Falcons before he left. He like, God damn, man, I can't even beat the Falcons. I'm out of here. He said, hold up, man. Hey, Mike. Hey, what y'all tell him, Mike? Tell him you got a hamstring, man. Hey, tell him you got a hamstring. Hey, what am I? What? I'm out for the season? Yeah, you out for the season, my boy. Oh my God. Oh man. Hey man. Hey, come on, man. Like, you know how gay goofy, bro. They said that boy tore the hammy off the bone, and he came back that quick. The boy out here doing James Harden step backs on the sideline a week after his hamstring. Do you honestly think that you able to go ahead and step back like that with a toe hamstring off the bone like that? If you can't even run, but you're able to go ahead and use your legs to jump back, does that make any sense? Hell no, bro. There wasn't nothing wrong with Dak Prescott, but it's all good though. I can't respect it though. That's a coward to me. It ain't like we was sitting over there shelving you because you are a franchise quarterback and we need you healthy and we ain't playing for nothing. Bro, you suck. Go ahead and be in the fold and in the mix, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and compete, bro. You suck. It ain't like you gonna do nothing. Bro, you weak. You hella weak. You hella weak, bro. Are we serious? Come on, man. See, they gonna understand, man. See. There's more to football than just some X's and O's, man. That they gotta understand. Dak had an MVP season 2 years ago. He wasn't MVP, huh? Shit, I didn't know that. That was news to me. He got an MVP. I mean, shit, I have an MVP season if I went against the Giants twice. You know what I'm saying? If I went against the Pats, the Chargers, the Redskins at that time, shoot, I probably I for sure at least be top 5 in the MVP category. You know, I just want to ask that question though. A couple years ago, was he an MVP against the Dolphins, one of the softest teams in the universe? Was he MVP against against the Buffalo Bills? Was he MVP against the 49ers? No. Yeah, well, Harbaugh, of course. But was them Chargers the same Chargers when we went against them that Monday night though? Was that Harbaugh's team or was that somebody else's team? You know, I you know. Oh, we do play the. Oh yeah, that's L. That's L. Yeah, that's an L. You right. Against the Chargers, this. Oh yeah, that's for sure a L. That's for sure a L. Look at Dak win percentage against above 500. Facts. Whoo wee, man. Man, all you got to do, man, is shoot, man. The way they breeding quarterbacks, all you got to do, man, is just breed you a confident man, and just you ain't got to work with him a quarterback. Just be able to throw the ball a little bit. And see, they go get that man 200-300 million. Shoot, you ain't got to have skills no more to get paid. I see. We in the land of mediocrity. You don't need skills to pay the bills. You just need to be you. You do not need to have skills. So if that's the case, man, so just think about if you put somebody that has skills. I mean, go find one of these young quarterbacks, man. Bring one of you quarterbacks, man. I'm pretty sure y'all probably produce a quarterback that'll get 10 rings amongst these scrubs. 10 rings. We can't we man, hey y'all, we might gotta be the ones, man, that gotta breathe something, man, to go ahead and get the Dallas Cowboys a ring, man. You know? Gave the who? Gave the balls if he tried. Oh, the boys. I think you meant how many winning seasons? What constitutes a winning season? A good record or a or going deep in the playoffs? Me going 12-5 and getting dog walked by an inferior team ain't a good season to me. Man, get Cooper Rush that Dak Prescott arm. Bro, man, I would have paid Cooper Rush, man. What? 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 If Cooper Rush had Dak Prescott arm strength, what? That's instantly paid, bro. You got, bro. You going to the NFC Championship. You build a team with Cooper Rush with a Dak Prescott arm. What? Easy, 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 man. What? Baltimore going to appreciate Cooper Rush? Watch. See, it didn't make no sense for us to have Cooper Rush because no matter, see, Cooper Rush, it wouldn't have mattered, especially with the team we had. It wouldn't have mattered. That's true. That's true. Man, I didn't give him facts. I didn't give him examples. Man, I like to show examples. They still couldn't understand it. They still couldn't accept it. They be like, man, with Cooper Rush, are you, yeah, y'all remember, man, that first game where Cooper Rush was trying to get warmed up, they was talking all that mess. And then after Cooper Rush practiced for a week, they ain't never said nothing the rest of the season. You remember they ain't say nothing for the rest of the season? They was talking big stuff, man. They were like, what happened with Cooper Rush? I said, okay. Yeah, you got this one this week. You got it. Then all of a sudden, I just kept coming back to him. What happened this week? Then the next week, what happened this week? Oh man, he ain't gonna do it again next week. He did it again. Man, see one thing for sure, man. See, I'm gonna see, man. A lot of these man, they don't like the truth, man. A lot of Cowboy Nation, man, they don't like the truth. They want to be they want to be they want to be filled with lies and the Holy Ghost, man. When it come down to this, man, they want to be fed a dream so they can go ahead and be bought in to another season just to get disappointed again, man. So these other content creators, man, they feed into that. They like, oh, okay, all I gotta do is just feed you this BS, and you gonna roll with it. Oh, okay, that's why they keep doing it. At one point, is they gonna wake up and be like, yo, why? Why is this? Why do you think that? That's probably they're probably gonna be out there telling you, like, man, look, man, we're Schottenheimer, man. We're gonna run that ball, man. We're really gonna lean and we're really gonna do some big things, man. Man, Dak done had help and then some, man. Man, that boy Dak Cup been ran it over. It done run it over with help, man. Man, man. Dallas fan, appreciate that phone 99. He said if Cooper Rush starts in 22 versus the 49ers, we go to the NFC Championship game. Oh man. You probably right too. I'm just thinking about that little Gallup pick six that he threw. I'm just thinking about how the dumbass boy couldn't get down. Damn, man. The defense did enough. They did enough. They did enough. And he gives them points too. On top of that, he gave them points. He gave them points. And the defense still did enough. In our reality, talent-wise, we should have beat the 49ers. But you know why? See, the 49ers, when it came down to, I'm not talking about this past year, but like them couple years, man, when we was going at it, talent-wise, they didn't really have no more talent than us. But what they had over us was physicality and that mindset. And that's no matter what you got, hey, if you tougher, you more physical, you're gonna be in for a long day. Long day. I want Dak to be Brady. Shit. God damn it. That shit. I want Dak to at least. Shit, he ain't gotta be Brady, but damn. Shoot. Can the man at least be Jared Goff? Can he at least be Jared Goff? Shoot. Can he at least be that? He ain't got to be Brady, but can he at least be Jared Goff? Because Jared Goff getting to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff getting to the NFC Championship twice. They can talk about that boy all he wants to, but he got something that Dak don't got. The NFC Championship against two different teams. In our reality, his team let him down because he should have been in the championship twice. Cold game. But anyway, man, I'm ready to call it a night, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I enjoyed this live session, man. Y'all already know, man. The Cowboys content is going to keep going, keep rolling, man. Even though we getting dog walk, man. I guess I'm going to be miserable with y'all. I got to share the misery with y'all, man. But we here, and we going to talk about it. But all right, y'all, man. To the next one, y'all. We gone.